Hey everybody,
What's going on with y'all?
welcome back to another Scandalous Serving Scandals episode.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready to be stressed out?
Oh Lord. I'm ready though.
Are you sure you're ready?
Hey, I'm ready.
I think you guys really enjoyed that unhinged cheating episode from last week.
That was crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking for a part two, so maybe that's something I'll have to work on for you guys soon.
hmm
Well, today's episode is all about people having no accountability.
Oh my goodness. The accountability. I
Yeah,
tell you.
people really struggle with that.
hmm
And today's episode will be no different.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get into these people who are going to obviously piss you off?
Oh Lord. I'm ready.
You sure you're ready?
Hey, I'm here.
Well, let's jump into it.
Let's do it.
First story up is my wife is cheating and our kids are helping her.
What?
Yeah,
The kids?
yeah.
Okay.
These are adult children, by the way. They're not
Okay.
little kids. I don't know if we should be more mad at the mom involving the kids or the kids getting involved because they are adults and they know right from wrong. So
The mom.
the mom,
Yeah, to me.
because she's the cheater.
Oh.
Well, here we go. I'm 50. My wife is 49. We have two daughters, aged 26 and 24. So they grown.
Right.
Last week, my wife got a notification on her phone while she was in the shower.
Hmm.
I thought it was just our daughter confirming dinner plans. But to my surprise, it was an unsaved number.
Oh my goodness.
That text, I can't wait to see you, with a kissy emoji.
What? Okay.
My whole world stopped for a few seconds. I clicked to read more of the conversation. Apparently, they have dinner plans and they were telling each other that they missed each other and that seeing each other once a week isn't enough.
Oh my gosh.
29 years of marriage gone down the drain.
Right.
Hoping to catch her in a lie before she left the house, I text both daughters and asked them about girls' dinner. What happened next broke me to my core. Both daughters confirmed the dinner plans and said that they were excited.
Not excited.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, they going with it. Oh, nah.
I'm not proud of what I did next. I turned on my wife's location and shared it with myself. Then she left. I followed her to the restaurant, and lo and behold, neither daughter was there, but instead, I immediately recognized him. It was her boss.
Oh, my goodness.
I was heartbroken. Part of me was hoping that when I arrived, my daughters would be there happy to see me and that I was just being paranoid. But no, just my cheating wife and her superior.
Yup.
I took pictures of them two holding hands and kissing. I know I should have. Wait, let me just say something real quick. Cheating is one thing. Extreme PDA in public knowing you cheating is a whole new level of wild.
True. Just out there.
Out in public,
Yeah. Don't
in
care.
the open, PDA with another person. You married 29 years. What if one of your friends happened to be at the same restaurant? Like, you out in public, like you don't have a whole husband at home of 29 years.
Right.
Now, instead cheating and people be sneaking around hotels, going to people's house, but to do it out in the open where anybody could see you, you're in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Your mutual friends could walk in, anything.
No respect.
Just that is a whole level of wild and audacity. Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's...
So back to the story. I took pictures of them holding hands and kissing. I know I should have waited, but I couldn't help myself. I was so angry. As soon as I got to the car, I opened the family group text and sent all the photos and said, glad you're enjoying girls' dinner.
Right. Yup. Good idea.
I then turned my phone off and drove to my brother's house and asked to stay the night. I woke up the next morning with over 50 texts and 20 voicemails. My wife had all the normal cheater excuses. I didn't even bother listening to her voicemails. I was about to respond with, I want a divorce. Expect papers from a lawyer. But my brother stopped me. He told me to meet with a bunch of lawyers first to make sure she couldn't use them. That is a real tactic.
Good.
Because once you consult with the attorney, it creates a conflict of interest. And I realize a lot of people do that with me as well. So sometimes I'll get a bunch of consultations from like husbands just so their wife can't hire me. They've told me I'm here because I wanted to create a conflict because I didn't want my wife to have you as her lawyer. And I'll be like, oh.
No, that's a good tactic. Yeah.
I wouldn't want me as the other side either.
Oh, my goodness.
I understand, but yikes.
I feel you.
So yeah, they'll book, consult, even if they can't afford me, they will make sure there's a conflict so the other person can't get me. So just a little tidbit for you guys out there who want to put that plan into motion.
Oh my goodness.
So instead, I just sent the group text a simple message. I'm physically fine, but I need time. I will come home when I'm ready. And then I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I called the best lawyers in town and booked consultations. And I met with all of them and picked the one who looked ready to blow my wife's world up.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a lot of money to spend. Consultations are not cheap.
Well, yeah, divorce ain't
At least,
cheap.
right. At least not for good divorce attorneys like myself. To just book with a bunch of people just to create a conflict, he got to be angry because you're only going to pick one. But you having consults with all these people, you paying all these consultation fees.
It'd be like
He's determined.
Yep.
Well, finally, after spending all day with lawyers, I looked through the messages and both of my daughters were apologizing. My younger daughter, the daddy's girl of the two, was manic. She texted me almost 50 times saying she never should have lied and hated it every time.
Now, if you're a daddy's girl,
Then how you doing this?
right?
I would never do that to my daddy.
Right. That don't make no sense.
It don't make
you
no
ain't
sense.
no daddy's girl.
Yeah.
You a mama's girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and your mama's.
But you know, y'all should just be out of it. Like, just be out of your parents' marital tryst.
True.
Just try to stay out of it.
Yeah, in that entanglement to begin with.
But we have to find out how they got involved.
Well, that's true.
It's coming.
But still, okay. I'll wait.
Her boyfriend even reached out to me and asked, please reach out to her, and that he didn't know what was going on, but that she was on the verge of a panic attack.
Okay.
I then texted her back and said, I love you, but please understand that what you've done has hurt me deeply, and I need you to give me space. Within seconds, she responded, okay, I'm sorry. I never should have helped her. I'll never forgive myself. I love you too. When it comes to my other daughter, we have always had a good relationship, but she's definitely closer to her mom. She texted me that she was sorry, but that I shouldn't throw away a good marriage because of one mistake.
Okay.
This made me furious.
Right.
I responded, Alice, this isn't a mistake. This is betrayal from my whole family. Please don't reach out to me until I make first contact. I really hate when people call cheating a mistake. A mistake is buying the wrong coffee creamer. When your wife sends you to the grocery store with a list, a mistake is buying the wrong creamer.
Right.
Falling into someone's bed is not a mistake.
Absolutely.
That's a conscious decision. So let's not do this anymore and call cheating a mistake.
Yeah.
It's a conscious, intentional decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
After I sent her that, she never responded, but I know she showed my wife because she started saying things like I shouldn't take it out on the kids. I didn't respond to her either. I'll never talk to her again except through lawyers. This all happened 5 days ago. I'm still at my brother's house and I can't contain my feelings. I cry every morning and most of the day. I go from complete, debilitating sadness and anger all throughout the day. Losing my wife was hard enough, but how do I ever look at my children again? How do I even begin to forgive them? Alice is supposed to get married in the fall. That's the mama's girl. I've been paying for almost everything. Now I'm probably not even going to go. I don't even know how to move forward. I'm completely destroyed.
Wow. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of got to forgive your kids, though.
Yeah.
They got mixed up in it to me.
Yeah.
But that wife.
I feel like it's probably easier to forgive the kid that's remorseful, not the kid that's saying it's one mistake, don't throw your marriage away. But from a kid standpoint, I can understand not wanting to see your parents break up, no matter how old you are. You don't want to see your parents split up. So I don't know. This is messy.
Oh, yeah. That wife, she out of there, though.
Yeah, the wife got to go.
1,000%.
Yeah, the wife, I mean, out in the restaurant, holding hands.
Right.
Kissing.
Yeah.
Smooching. That is crazy work.
Ridiculous.
She don't even care.
Yeah,
like, you're not even ashamed Like, you just out and about.
Right.
Not even out of town. Like, they didn't even come up with the lie to get out of town together. They are local.
Right around the corner.
Around the corner.
Yeah. No respect at all. Not even for herself, though, to me either. Just like, I don't care what people think about me.
Do you hold both daughters' sentiment to be equal? You got one that's extremely apologetic and one that said one apology, but also said don't throw your marriage away over one mistake. Are they both just as bad? Do he forgive the one that's begging for forgiveness? Do he not forgive either one of them?
I mean, you forgive both of them to me still.
Because that's your kid.
Yeah, that's the only
They
that's
adult
the only way
children,
they got.
though. One of them is getting married.
Yeah. But they still
I
your
guess
kids.
kids still your kids. Yeah, you
so
gotta forgive your kids.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the relationship will never be the same.
Exactly.
Because that is betrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
On so many levels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you could get a new wife. You can get a new husband. People divorce every day. But I don't know how you just get a new kid.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
What's up?
Say it.
We got an update?
We sure do.
Oh, Lord.
Here's the update. I'm still going through my divorce, and it's been almost a year. Our state requires a 6-month legal separation. I stayed with my brother for almost a week and a half before I went back home. She was served with legal separation papers the next week. The terms of our separation were pure hell. We only had 1 year left on our mortgage, so whoever was going to stay in the house was supposed to pay the full amount for the year. Damn, only 1 year left on your mortgage and your whole world fall apart.
Right.
Well, that kind of makes sense. They've been married 29 years and most mortgages are for 30 years.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
All for her to go do this.
That's trifling.
Sure is.
What?
I know many of us wish we only had 1 year left on our mortgage.
You feel me?
And now you got to blow it up, and now the house has to be sold or divided after 30 years of paying this mortgage off. You don't get to finally enjoy your house.
Right.
So both of them can't have it.
Exactly.
It's either going to go to the wife, go to the husband, or neither of them get it, and it gets sold. Jeez.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That is terrible. What a time to become a cheater.
Right.
Of course, since my wife was a stay-at-home mom while our children were small, she used that against me, and she was allowed to stay in the house. But we split the mortgage 50-50. I ended up moving into a 1-bedroom apartment. That's where I'm writing this update from. My daughter, the daddy's girl, we made up somewhat quickly. She came to the house and refused to leave until I talked to her. She just refused to leave. It went on for a couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
That girl Rose came on in with her luggage.
Right.
Parked herself on the sofa. Was like, I'm not leaving.
Right.
I mean, I think this is how you got to do it when you know you're wrong, right?
Yeah.
And she trying to patch that relationship back with her dad. She moved in.
That's crazy.
Talk about it's been a couple weeks. That girl ain't left.
Right.
Hey, I love the determination. When you the person that's wrong, you got to make it right.
I feel that.
Her boyfriend was so annoyed because she would not return home to their apartment until we actually talked. My daughter told me that she found out about the affair apparently at a real girls' dinner 2 weeks prior to me finding out. My wife got quite drunk and let it slip. My other daughter and my wife begged her to keep quiet until my wife was able to come clean to me. She now realizes that her mom had no intention of ever telling me. The girls' dinner lie was the first time she had ever lied to me about the affair, according to her. Do we believe that?
Do we believe the daughters?
The daughter saying the first time that, basically when the text message, remember he texted the daughters like, she's saying that was the first time she ever lied about the affair. And she's saying that she found out about the affair 2 weeks before she lied to him. And she's telling her dad, that was my first time I ever lied. When you asked me about the girls' dinner plan, she's saying this was the first time she lied and she just found out about the affair 2 weeks before I did.
I guess. I mean, do we believe her? I don't even think it would be that big of a deal if I believe her or not. But all right. Because the situation is much bigger. The cheating is much bigger. Like, okay, you can just tell me that.
I do think there's a difference that if she's been hiding and lying for her mom for a year versus this was her first time kind of going along with it because her mom basically convinced her that, hey, I'm going to come clean to your dad. Let that come from me. I'm going to do it soon. Mm-hmm. And she was probably giving her mom a chance. So when the dad popped up and was texting her like, girls' dinner plans? And she was like, yeah. She's saying that was her first time ever lying about it. because she had just found out herself. I do think there's a difference between that versus her lying for a year.
I feel you.
If she tells the truth, do we believe her?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't be digging deep into if I'm about to believe her or not. Like, I just be like, yo, okay. I gotta kind of take that as face value and just, it is what it is, because you did lie big. But you saying you just found out, fine. But I wouldn't be sticking around thinking like, oh, do I believe you? Investigating that situation.
So you just give it a benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I then unleashed all my anger on my wife after that conversation with her. I yelled like I'd never done before. She didn't just manipulate me, she straight up used at least one of our daughters. It was unforgivable. My other daughter isn't even speaking to me. After the fallout, her fiance called me and asked what is going on. He suspected that she was cheating. I told him that I had no reason to suspect that she was cheating, but that my wife had just cheated on me, and Alice knew before me and was helping her cover it up. Wow. Not sure exactly what happened next, but it ended in them breaking up.
The daughter and her fiance? Wow.
This is the daughter who told him to not blow up his marriage over one mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the crying daughter who's remorseful. It's the other one.
That's crazy how it rolled over to her relationship.
Mm-hmm. This one, her name's Alice.
Alice, yeah.
Alice blames me, saying that I should not have told him anything. Well, he came calling her asking, well, you cheating?
True.
She blocked me and we haven't spoken since. I was able to get some of my money back from the wedding vendors, but I know she kept some of the money for herself. I still have no idea how long she knew about the affair, and her lack of remorse likely means that we will never have a relationship again.
Well,
after her breakup, she moved into the marital home with my wife. Oh, and my wife is openly dating her boss now.
Oh, wow.
He switched employers after I caught them. He was scared he would lose his job.
I'm sure.
I'm embarrassed to say that I'm jealous. Not of the two of them. They will implode, I'm sure. But jealous of being lonely. Everyone has been encouraging me to get out and date, but it's so awkward. I'm just not sure I'm ready to start over. Maybe I'll come back with an update in the future. Maybe I won't. That's the end.
I mean, you could chill for a little bit, but you're going to have to get out there and, start dating again, because your wife or your ex is out there.
Yeah, she living her best life.
Yeah.
Her best life. So go have some fun. You don't got to get into nothing serious, but a good distraction. A few couple conversations.
Take your moment, though, first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just, you can take
entertain a couple people. You ain't got to go get married and fall in love too soon, but definitely have a good distraction. Do you want to know what some of the commenters have to say?
Oh, I know they rolling.
Someone said, stay strong and never forgive your ex or your oldest daughter. She isn't a child. She's an adult and knows the difference between right and wrong. I even think you forgave your youngest too soon, but whatever. Enjoy dating, and the best revenge is for you to have some fun and show your ex and your daughter that you are better off without them.
Hey, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of parents completely cutting their kids off.
I feel you. But I mean,
know.
I don't get things like that. Like sometimes when people, not even sometimes, but when people are like engaged and stuff like that, and then they just throw out an excuse talking about, oh, it's just a mistake.
Right.
Would it have been a mistake if that happened to you?
Of course. Right.
Like, why are we saying it's a mistake? Like, would you think it was just a mistake if your fiance cheated on you?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't see why people be so lenient.
She just obviously favors her mom, and she's willing to make BS excuses for her because that's all this is.
That's all that
But a lot of people say all kind of things that they wouldn't do in their real life if it was them in that person's shoes.
Yeah. To me, that's just a big problem. But I feel you. It's easier said than done.
But what goes around comes around. So be careful what you say.
I mean, she lost her fiance. So.
And blames her dad for it. What is this episode? No accountability.
Right.
Because your fiance left you probably because you were condoning cheating.
Right.
Or maybe you're a cheater yourself like your mom, and maybe that's why you make excuses for her. Whatever it is, your fiance didn't break up with you because of your dad.
Right.
It's because of you. Take some accountability.
Yeah.
The wife, take some accountability. You the one who cheating.
Mm-hmm. She don't care. That's crazy. She out and about.
Just young, wild, and free.
Right.
Someone else said, get back on your horse, my brother. Have courage. Be the best you. Move on with everything as fast as possible. Look within for your own weaknesses. Improve yourself to the maximum. You must evolve and you will be happy again. I promised.
Yeah.
Someone else said, my wife cheated for 24 years and then left me.
Wow.
For some reason, my daughter blamed me for it and didn't speak to me for almost 10 years.
Wow.
My daughter eventually came around and we now have a great relationship. You said it's only been a year for you. Unfortunately, you still have a long way to go. It hurts. It takes a lot of time, but things do get better. Not 24 years of cheating.
And then 10 years having a problem with your daughter?
Yeah, the daughter would stop speaking. This is crazy.
That's like half your life almost.
Yeah.
Adult life. That's like your whole, I don't know. That's a long time.
I'm trying to put myself in these kids' shoes. If my parents were cheating on each other, if my mom was cheating on my dad or my dad was cheating on my mom, I don't think I would go no contact with either of them. But also, too, I guess it gets more complicated if the family falls apart over it.
Right.
But if my dad forgave my mom for cheating or if my mom forgave my dad for cheating, I can't be more mad than the person who got cheated on. True. But I don't know. Maybe if it blew up the family, I think I would be pissed because you're changing the trajectory of everyone's lives. Now my children can't just go to their grandparents' house and experience Christmases, Thanksgiving weekends together as a family. Y'all split up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see me being pissed off at one of them, whoever the wrong person is.
I feel you on that.
I think the only way I could go with like no contact or just being that mad that I didn't speak to one of my parents, either my dad had to get somebody pregnant because I don't play that. Don't bring no child around. I'm the only child, and I love being an only child. Don't you bring no baby around here.
Oh, my goodness.
If my mama got pregnant or my daddy got somebody pregnant, don't do it.
I feel that.
Do not bring another human being into this family.
Yeah.
I think that would piss me off.
No, I feel you on that.
But yeah, these daughters are wrapped up in their parents' love drama.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's sometimes hard for us as adult children to like stay out of our parents' marriages because once we become adults and we can see things for what it is, you know, it's kind of hard sometimes. But you got to just remember that you know them as your parents.
True.
You don't really know. I don't really know if my mom's a good wife. I don't really know if my dad's a good husband. Right. I can speak to them as my parents. I know my mom's a good mom. My dad's a good dad. But you're not in their marriage, even as their children. You don't really know how they are as spouses to one another. So just stay out your parents' business.
I feel you on that.
30 years, 29 years is a long time. I'm sure they both hurt each other at some point because anybody who's been married that long has had to forgive their spouse for something along the way. That's the only reason why they've made it 29 years.
Right.
Because people are not perfect. The people who love you the most are going to hurt you. Now, I ain't saying everybody got to be cheating.
Right.
But you just don't know the nuances of how your parents got to 29 years. So just stay out their marriage. Try your best.
True.
Next story of nobody taking accountability.
Oh, Lord.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Am I the asshole for calling out my mom's blatant favoritism at family dinner?
Oh. Hey, sometimes you got to put it out there in the air.
Call your mama out.
Yeah. Yup.
Here we go. I'm 33, male, and have always been the forgotten child. My younger sister, Sarah, is 29. Growing up, Sarah was a straight-A student, a musician, the gifted and talented one. Meanwhile, I was just average. After school, I got a decent job and built a stable life for myself, but it never seemed to matter. My parents have always put Sarah on a pedestal. I've spent years swallowing my resentment. We have family dinner every Sunday at my parents' house. It's a tradition. I sometimes dread going. The past Sunday, things finally boiled over. The evening started like it always does. My mom and dad showering Sarah with praise. She recently got a promotion at work, and the whole dinner was spent talking about how amazing she is, how proud they are, how she's always been so hardworking. I just sat there listening while no one asked me about my job or my life or anything I have going on.
I mean, it got to be a little tough, though. Deal with that every dinner. Yeah, that's a little tough.
After dinner, my mom pulled out an envelope and handed it to Sarah. I didn't think much of it until Sarah gasped. It was a check for $15,000.
15,000? Wow.
Mom and Dad,
with my little.
what the hell y'all doing? I know I'm a better daughter than Sarah.
Oh my God.
Aren't you a better son too?
That's crazy.
I think somebody need to get our parents together.
Oh my gosh.
These people need to start teaching parenting classes.
$15,000. That's great.
I know my parents be like, yeah, that $15,000 went right here, Tuskegee University.
You feel me? Right. They only got $15,000.
It went to college.
You know it.
And more, because Tuskegee was what, $30,000 a year?
Right.
That's
only a little drop in the bucket.
They probably like, go away from me with this $15,000.
Exactly. What you talking about?
My bad, Mama, Dad. Please keep paying the student loan.
Right, yeah.
I don't want no trouble.
Jokes, yeah. We've had plenty.
Yeah. Don't cut me off.
We're blessed. Yes.
I mean, I paid for law school.
Oh my, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess that I ain't doing them no favors.
Oh my God, it's for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm still gonna be paying the rest of my life.
Oh my God, goodness.
Let's continue.
Yeah, but $15,000 is crazy.
A $15,000 check.
And he ain't getting no little one piece.
Well, what should we be asking? Check for what?
No, I'm just playing. But that's still crazy. That's a yeah. What is it for? Fine.
What if Sarah has a disease and she needs help with her medical bills?
Yeah, you right. I guess. But he telling us, so it must be something going on.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's get to the story, I guess.
My parents said it was to help her out with buying a house since the market is so tough right now. I just sat there in shock.
Mm-hmm.
I bought my first home 3 years ago, drained my savings, worked my butt off, and did it completely on my own. I never got a dime from my parents. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Because if they got $15,000 for Sarah, they could at least
yeah.
Was like, oh, we're so proud of you. Here's your first mortgage payment. I mean, they got $15,000 for Sarah.
Yeah. Daughters do get
more
than sons. So I wouldn't have felt weird if my parents gave my sister like a $15,000 check.
What? Really?
Yeah. But that is crazy. I feel like in his situation, because I never felt separation though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's already feeling upset.
Right.
Yeah.
If I felt separation and then it was a $15,000 check handed in my face, probably a little different. But since I didn't feel any separation and I already know like my sister kind of gets a lot, like it is what it is. She's my sister. She's a girl. Like, it is what it is.
Well, maybe you're right.
I felt bad.
Maybe girls do get more than sons. Maybe they trying to teach their sons to get it out the mud.
Be a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is completely fine.
But he's pissed.
Yep.
$15,000.
Because he's feeling that separation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Here's the rest of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked him, did you ever think to help me out when I was buying a house? The room got quiet. Call him out. My mom looked uncomfortable before saying, well, Sarah has more challenges. My face got hot. I asked, what challenges? She makes more money than me. My dad sighed and said, don't be like that. It's just a little help.
Oh, wow.
Then I lost it. I told them I was sick of being treated like an afterthought. That it's always been Sarah.
Oh, my goodness.
While I get nothing.
Hey, yeah.
I'm trying to read it from your perspective. I want the audience to know how you feel.
Hey, I feel you doing a good job here. But yeah, he mad.
He is mad.
Yeah.
I told him it is clear who their favorite is, and I'm done pretending it doesn't bother me.
Hey. Yeah.
My mom started crying. Girl, what you crying for?
Oh my God.
You should be the one crying after seeing that $15,000 check.
I feel you.
My mom started crying, and my dad told me I was being dramatic, and Sarah just sat there looking guilty. Yeah, Sarah, don't you get in this.
You better not.
Right, you just shut up.
You better be in the background.
Right?
Like, with your check.
With your check. Hold on to that envelope and just be quiet. I left and went home. Since then, my parents have been texting me about how I ruined family dinner. The world will still go round.
Right.
And how I could have handled it privately instead of making a scene.
No.
I think at my parents' house, at the dinner table, is private. I don't know how much more private you get.
True.
And I don't know how I'm causing a scene at my parents' house.
Yeah.
That's like home. Like, that is private, and there's no scene here. We're not at a restaurant having dinner.
Yeah.
Now, that's a scene.
Right.
That's not private.
True.
But how is it not private and causing a scene when you at your parents' house?
No, it should.
That's the best way to handle it.
Yeah.
Because I should have waited till we was out in front of people.
Right. You stood up.
Right. Then you would have got the message.
Oh, my gosh. Right. Yeah, true.
Sarah texts me saying she understands why I'm upset, but that I didn't have to embarrass Mom. Embarrass her in front of who?
Right.
Who is the embarrassed? Her husband and her other child? These people are crazy. I'm with you. They are kind of crazy. No accountability.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering, was I the asshole for finally calling them out, even if it made things messy?
No. You did right.
Your mom's calling you.
I see.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I feel bad for him because just by the way that the sister responded, how the parents responded, they 100% put Sarah on a pedestal and completely ignore him. It is evident.
Mm-hmm.
And they aren't taking any accountability.
No, they're not.
The proper thing should have been, son, I'm sorry you feel that way. Yeah. And I can't, go back in the past. But hopefully moving forward, I can show you how much you do truly mean to us. And going forward, we will, give you a little bit more help and praise. That's how you take accountability.
Yeah.
And try to make things right. But no, their response was, it's just a little help.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah. Well, would you like to know what some of the commenters had to say?
Yeah, what they feedback about this
First, let's ask our audience, did your parents have favorites? I know you're going to say no, but tell us about did your parents have favorites with your siblings? And do you have a favorite child? And if you do, you might want to just correct it because I think the not favorite child will feel it.
Yes, they will. They will. Yeah.
One commenter said, if your mom can give your sister $15,000 right in front of you, why do you need to discuss it in private? Your parents and your sister are the asshole.
Wow.
The next person said, oh, boo effing who?
Wow, for real.
They are being jerks, and you called them out on it. They ruined family dinner, and they're just mad that you rubbed their face in it. Honestly, they deserve a timeout. You have every right to be angry. Good luck. Maybe it sounds empty, but you're the strong one and deserve praise and love, not the asshole. Good work standing up for yourself, but it doesn't seem like anything will change. You might want to go low contact or no contact temporarily just to get some peace.
That might not work, though.
Why?
They probably just be like, oh, okay, he's just doing his own thing. He's just doing his own thing right now.
Yeah.
And then I don't think nothing will really change. They might reach out, but they all over the daughter anyway, so.
But I think that low contact or no contact is for you.
Yeah.
It's not for them. It's for your peace.
True. Yeah.
So maybe it will work.
For him. Yeah.
But do it for you, not to teach them a lesson.
Right.
Do it for you.
I think that's what the commenter is saying, though.
Yeah, because they're not going to learn nothing. Do it for you, though. Feelings were hurt because statements are true. If they hadn't got put on the spot, then they would have just brushed it off. If anything, they should be ashamed of themselves and own up to their behavior. Now you don't have to worry about hurting their feelings about going to these stupid dinners.
Right.
Yeah, I think these family dinners are over for a while.
Yeah, it would be for me. I wouldn't be popping up every Sunday or whatever to be a second wheel, third wheel, fourth wheel, I guess, right? Whatever. It wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, another story of no one taking accountability.
Hey, yeah, that's crazy. Feel sorry for him, but you kind of got to just move on. You kind of, you're an adult, so you should be like, you know what? It is what it is. But I can understand being hurt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next story, this one made me giggle a little, and I think a lot of you guys are going to appreciate this story.
Oh, Lord.
Of course, we have someone else not taking any accountability for anything, but it doesn't end sad.
Okay.
Like the story I just read, we kind of feel bad for him because we know his parents not about to be there for him. They just go keep helping Sarah.
Right.
But not his next one.
Crazy.
Justified.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just jump right on it.
Yeah.
His plan to cheat backfired in the worst way.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
Okay.
My ex always sleeps with his phone in his pocket.
What? The phone in your pocket.
Straight out the gate with foolishness.
Right.
I always thought it was a red flag. Because it is.
Yeah, it's hectic.
But I just made a mental note of it and moved on. Eventually, he wouldn't use his phone in front of me at all. That's when I got really suspicious. Honey, the pocket was enough, but okay. One night, the phone slipped out his pocket and I woke up with it near my legs. I was just going to put it on the charger, but then I saw a bunch of notifications and messages from a dating app.
Yeah, he wildin'.
Then I wanted to slap him awake, but I didn't. I stayed up the rest of the night putting my plan together.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Really?
I created a profile on the same dating app, but I used a friend's photo with her permission. This is a childhood friend back at home who he doesn't know. She's 100% his type, and we matched just like I knew we would.
Oh, my gosh.
So we started chatting. We talked for about a week before I suggested meeting up. We did a bunch of flirting and nasty talk.
Oh, my gosh.
He told her/me that he was single and living with a friend. So I suggested him paying for a hotel room so we could knock some boots. He said, say less, and we solidified our plans.
Oh, my goodness.
Keep in mind, I pay for everything. He's unemployed after being fired. He drained my savings account over a year with manipulation. He would say things like, we're family. We take care of each other when we're in tough spots. This boy had the audacity to ask me for the money for the hotel. He lied saying his mom's birthday was coming up and he wanted to buy her something nice. So I gave him $50 just because it was hilarious at this point. I still think about the smile he had on his face in that moment. That weekend he left saying he was going to his mom's house and that he'll probably stay the night. I kissed him goodbye and told him, have a great time. Then I packed up all his stuff and put it outside. I live in an urban U.S. city, so his belongings went fast.
Oh, my God.
Next, I changed the locks. He messaged me a few times on the app. I told him I was running late because I wanted to look perfect, but that I was coming. My friend also sent me sexy pictures to send him that didn't fully include her face. She's a real one.
Wow.
I even talked him into sending me nude pics and videos.
What?
Then after making him sit around till about 1 a.m., I messaged him on the dating app a picture of his belongings being rummaged through by a homeless man.
Oh, wow.
And to enjoy his hotel stay. As soon as he rang my phone, I blocked his number and went to bed. He was outside my door that Monday when I came home from work, ugly crying, begging, telling me he was homeless and had nowhere to go. When his tears weren't working, he started grabbing and trying to get into the apartment. I called the police. I then got a restraining order because he threatened my life and my pets for putting him out. I found out he ended up moving a few hours away where his only family is. I hope he learned something.
Wow. I mean, it sucks to suck. I mean, you trifling.
You trifling.
Tripping. Yeah.
Not you cheating and you dependent on this girl.
I know, right? What? Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't feel sorry for you at all. I'm actually very proud of her. This was wonderful.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love the plan. I love the execution.
Oh
And not the rummaging, not the homeless people just picking up his things.
Right? Yeah, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
Let's talk about what some of the commenters had to say.
Oh, I know they're going crazy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's saying the same stuff.
Yeah.
One person said, you handled this beautifully. If I could give someone a standing ovation on Reddit, I'd give one to you.
Oh, my gosh.
Someone else said, now this is how you do it. No poor me pity story. This is how cheaters get handled.
Oh, my goodness.
Someone else said, the homeless man going through his belongings? Ha! That was the best part. I love this and I love you.
What?
Everybody's saying the same thing.
Yeah.
This is a great story.
Yeah.
And yeah, I bet you'll think twice before you cheat on the person you depend on.
Yeah. Shouldn't be cheating, period. Even if you ain't dependent on them.
I mean, why do cheaters think that they can get away with it when people have been getting caught cheating since the beginning of time? Why do you think you're such a genius that you will never get caught?
I don't know. I mean, he was already kind of a little off when he was keeping his phone in his pocket while going to sleep. That's crazy work. That's crazy.
Like, you don't think you just think you getting away with it? It just plain sight, like.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what he thought. Probably.
Yeah, that is what he thought.
I don't think it's weird. I'm just gonna
sleep with my phone in my pocket.
Yeah, that's cool.
She's never gonna think this is not normal.
She's never gonna say anything about this. What?
I'm on a dating profile. None of her friends are ever gonna match with me and then tell her I'm on here.
And now his notifications blowing up.
Right.
I mean, he probably on there 24/7.
You can at least turn the notifications off so you got to physically go in the app to check they just going on your phone. Zzz, zzz, zzz.
Right. Right.
An idiot.
Notification after notification. That's crazy.
My goodness. No accountability.
None.
This next story. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
Crazy as always.
Of course. I do a very good job, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm good at everything I do.
Oh, my goodness.
Everything. This next story is, should I have kept my mouth shut or did I do the right thing?
We'll have to see.
Let's see. I'm 27. My best friend is 26. My best friend has been engaged for 2 years. Her fiance is 29. Up until recently, I had no reason to think anything was off. But then I found out who her ex-fiance was dating in the past. And then everything changed. He used to date my coworker. I remember when my coworker went through absolute hell because of him. She had to take out a restraining order and he was charged criminally with stalking and harassment.
Oh, wow.
After they broke up, I remember her coming to work shaken up because he would just show up outside of her apartment, leave creepy notes, and at one point he slashed her tires.
Oh, wow.
I never really connected the dots until one day she said his name and I asked for a photo of him. I casually asked my friend if she knew about his past relationships, and of course, he had given her the classic story, how the ex is crazy, that she's obsessed with him, and made up lies when he tried to move on.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't want to interfere in her relationship, but I also couldn't just sit there knowing she might be walking into something dangerous.
Yeah.
So I reached out to my coworker and I asked if she was okay with me sharing what I knew. She was super understanding and even offered to send her police reports and the court documents.
Oh, not the evidence. Yeah.
So I sat down with my friend and I told her the truth and I showed her the proof. After I was done, I just sat there and let her process everything. She was quiet for a while and then she said she needed time to think. A couple days later, she told him she wanted to put a pause on the engagement. And now he's absolutely furious with me, calling me a liar and saying that I ruined his future. No accountability. What? I told you what this episode is.
You got the papers right there. It's right here. What? You crazy.
The receipts.
Yeah. What?
No accountability.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My friend hasn't officially broken things off, but I know she's really shaken up. Meanwhile, I have mutual friends saying that I should have stayed out of it because people change and I might have destroyed a good relationship. Oh. I genuinely thought I was doing the right thing and now I'm second guessing myself. Should I have kept my mouth shut?
No, I think you did the right thing.
I do too.
I mean, you just telling your friend you dealing with a crazy.
Yeah, and this man seems dangerous.
Yeah.
He has criminal charges for stalking and harassing. He's slicing tires. This girl has to have a restraining order against him.
Yeah.
I think you have a duty to tell your friend because this is a safety issue.
Right.
And
yeah.
This man, we don't know. He could be an abuser for all we know. If he's slicing tires, you got to say something.
Because y'all might get into an argument one day and that rage might come out.
Your friend could get hurt. I think you did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Being the messenger sometimes really sucks. That's why I try not to put myself in them situations to ever have to be a messenger. You know, I know we talk about cheating a lot and should you divulge that if you find out, but this is not cheating. This is a safety problem. It's totally different. I think you got to say something. And please, if you know I'm about to marry a crazy person, tell me.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? I'm not talking as if I'm married. You can't be crazy married to me. I'm glad you know. You better watch out.
Oh my goodness.
If you've been hiding it for 11 years, you real good at it.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, you got to wake up early to pull one over on me. And you got to stay up late.
Really?
Okay.
I ain't the one you got worried about. I got to worry about you.
I'm glad you know.
Really?
Leave the crazy me locked up in dormant. Leave that sleeping bear high.
You funny.
I'm not crazy.
Really?
Just a little unhinged.
It's the right. Okay.
I haven't had a reason to be crazy in a long time.
Oh my
And I'm very happy about that.
Really?
I live a very peaceful life.
Hey, peace. Peace and love.
Let's look at what some of the comments had to
What
say.
am I talking about? All right.
Someone said, not the asshole at all. If he really had changed, he would have felt accountable for his actions and come clean instead of making his ex look like the crazy one in the story. I wouldn't be with someone like that. She should call off the wedding.
Hey.
Someone else said, she's your best friend. If she decides he's changed, that's on her to make that decision. But she can't make an informed decision without the information. You were in the position to give it. If you didn't give her the information, you would totally be the asshole and a horrible friend. He went to court over this. You did the right thing.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this is a safety issue. You got to say something.
Yeah.
You got to say something.
And it is what it is after that.
It is.
All she doing is getting informed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that was today's episode.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Do you think these people have an issue with accountability?
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Well, tell me which person you think has the worst in the accountability department.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is cheating and our kids are helping her.
Crazy.
Am I the asshole for calling out my mom's blatant favoritism at family dinner? His cheating plan backfired in the worst way? Or this last story, should I have kept my big mouth shut or did I do the right thing? Which story has the person in it with the worst accountability?
The homie with the phone in his pocket with the dating app. Because that's crazy. Not you come back in after you've been hiding it in plain, like you trying to hide it in plain sight. But you, what? That's number one.
Okay, who's number two?
Number two would be, just because of the situation, I think would be the wife cheating and the kids knowing.
Okay.
To me.
Okay.
Then the third would be the fourth story to me.
I completely disagree with this lineup.
Okay. That's to me. And then the fourth one, of course, would be
the family dinner.
The family.
That's my number one.
How?
Because these parents is giving Sarah $15,000 and this boy ain't get a penny.
I feel you. But on the accountability.
The parents didn't have no accountability. They made excuses talking about Sarah has more challenges, the housing market. You should have did it in private.
I feel that.
This is their son. That's way worse. Cheaters gonna cheat. Get in line. It's a million of them. But these parents doing this is crazy work.
I feel you.
That's my number one. Then my number two is this boy being mad at the friend talking about his past. You need to be accountable. This is your life. This is the things you did.
I feel that.
And then I would say number three is this wife and the kids covering up the cheating.
It's just crazy.
And then my number four is the boy cheating with the dating app.
What?
That's my number four. I
feel
when do cheaters ever take accountability? Never. Like, that's just regular par for the course.
I feel you. I just feel like
you enjoyed the story because of how she played him. But the accountability portion of it.
I enjoyed the story that he tried to come back after trying to keep his phone in his pocket and not using his phone.
Yeah.
And keeping it in his pocket. I mean, just hiding.
Sounds like normal cheating shenanigans.
But usually people don't do that.
Who do y'all agree with? My list, James' list, or neither list?
I don't know. Y'all might not agree with none of them. So
yeah, you might have your own ratings. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of No Accountability.
Yeah, because none of them had it.
I'm going to go take some accountability from my growling stomach and eat some food.
Oh, what? Nah, me too.
Well, we'll see you guys in the next one as always.
All right, now.
Bye.